Let me heal you, damn it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another gluten-free episode of the Center Beacon. That's right, the same old Center Beacon, now gluten-free. No more disgusting gluten, people. I just like to say the word gluten. Say it with me, it's fun. Gluten. Anyways, we should probably talk about these robots. I gotta tell you, I am not a big fan of this concept. I don't think that changing the nature of the game to where it's been all about damage and territory control, we're gonna add a new dimension here where you work so hard to deal damage and take bots out and regain that territory. Now you're gonna have these medical bots just healing damage back that you've already worked so hard to put in. I really feel like this is going to make gameplay more frustrating and not more fun. So that's just my personal preference on the gameplay. So let's take a look at these things in action and see how they function and how we're going to deal with them, because I think regardless of whether I like them or you like them, they're here to stay. They've already built models, they've already got this thing pretty far along in testing, so I really don't think this is an option for us. I think we're going to see these no matter what. So they do offer some interesting team play dynamics, because now you can play a support role, a true support role. They do offer some pretty decent firepower. As you can see here, I've got 2 Dragoons lighting it up, and I've got my shield of healing. Come here, nude. Come here and get healed by my green healing beams. Yeah, feel the love. All right. So I'm healing my buddy Nude there so he can keep battling with his fluxes, and we can try to take back center. Now you'll see in some of these clips coming up, center in a game like this becomes a real problem. If you're playing domination or beacon rush, once that middle is captured, if you spawn in or you crawl one of these things over to the center and this thing just keeps healing back all the damage that's going to be done trying to retake that very crucial beacon, I really feel like you're going to have a very frustrating experience, as if we weren't already with modes like beacon rush, where it's pretty much like first guys to the middle win the match, you know, 90% of the time. Well, now trying to remove the red team from the center beacon there is going to be about as hard as getting rid of an Alabama tick. That sucker is going to be dug in there deep, and it's going to be real difficult to pull out, you know, without pulling his head off and leaving it inside your body to necrotize and cause a disgusting abscess. Now here I'm playing the Wayland. Some of you might recognize that name. I think it's from like the Aliens films, which were very formative in my younger years as a young warlock out there, making my way in the world. Very much a big fan of the Aliens and Predator universes. Universi? It doesn't matter. But this is the Wayland. I prefer this of the 3 bots. There's 3 bots. They added 3. There's like Minder 1 and 2. Their special abilities seem to be slightly different, yet so imperceptibly close that I can't really tell the difference. This one seemed to make the most sense to me. 2 big heavy weapon slots, magical shield of healing that's healing all the time as long as he's doing the green disco ball thing above his head. And do not be fooled by that little shield thing that pops up in the front. That is not a physical shield. I learned that the hard way. People were like vaporizing my face, and I'm like, why is it this thing blocking the damage? It's just because it's like the hood of your car. It'd be like the hood of your car stopping bullets. It doesn't do that. It's not designed to do that, so that was stupid. But if you're in the green circle, you're good. I'm magically healing these guys. You know, they're benefiting from me sitting here. We're trying to retake middle, as difficult as that is, and I'm intentionally not shooting people in this clip. You're probably going like, why isn't he using his Dragoons? He's so stupid. What a noob. I'm intentionally not doing that, sir and madam, because as it happens, it's really interesting that you actually get credit for damage from healing. So I did a whole match where I didn't shoot anybody just to verify that, because I didn't know if that was the case or not. It seemed to be the case, and it turns out it is indeed the case. You get damage points by healing your bros and your sisters. So again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it kind of skews like you're going to see damage averages and they're not going to be true representations of someone's skill necessarily, because they might have just sat like on one beacon and healed a bunch of people the whole time. But if we're going to add in the diametric opposite of dealing damage, which would be healing, I think it should probably have its own healing statistic. One final thought from a game design standpoint, I don't think these healing robots' special abilities should work on themselves. I think it's going to keep them in the fight too long, and it's going to really create a lot more consternation and grief than anything really positive out of it. I think it's fine if they heal other bots. I don't think they should be able to heal themselves. Honestly, these little ones, they remind me of that that scene in Revenge of the Sith where Padme is giving birth, and it's very disturbing because like Obi-Wan is there, and these robots are like, ooba, ooba. I don't know, it's reminiscent of that. No wonder the Jedi were celibate. They just didn't want any part of that weird robot baby delivery business. Let's take a quick look at the Minder bots. These are the Minder versions of the Wayland. They're smaller, they're a little faster. Their special ability is like a one-time shot. Like you see here, I can kind of zap some people with my green goo. Come here, buddy. Let me touch you with my green stuff. Let me get my green stuff on you. It feels good, don't it? It heals them up, it has a cooldown, and I believe there is some sort of damage resistance that is activated when you activate your special ability. You get like X amount of percentage to damage, so on and so forth. It's honestly, it's kind of confusing, but you zap the button, you get some damage resistance, and you heal people by touching them with green stuff. I kind of am liking the Wayland better. With the two heavies, I see better potential for team play, where you can throw Ansels on there, you know, and provide some additional cover while you're healing. You could throw Embers on there, a lot of firepower up close. You can do Dragoons, which are going to be really effective, you know, both at short and intermediate distance. So these little guys I'm not as crazy about. They're pretty slow. Special ability doesn't do anything terribly fantastic. It seems like it hits itself and the surrounding friendly robots with a little bit of healing juice, and that's about it. And if they do decide to implement two versions of this thing, there's Minder 1 and 2. I don't know. I kind of like the Wayland. If they're gonna do this healing bot thing, if we're gonna change the dynamic of the game, if we're gonna adjust the meta or whatever it is, I'm kind of liking the Wayland a little bit better. I think it makes a little bit more sense than running this. This thing, I'd rather just run like a dash or like something else effective, an Inquisitor, than this little tiny guy with almost no firepower and this little spurt of healing here. Let me heal you, buddy. No, I let him die. Why? Folks, that's it. That's all I have time for. My official thoughts on the medical healing bots. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, I will see you next time at the Center Beacon.